Okay guys, now we've got part 3, and part 3 is the toughest part in IELTS reading, whether it is academic reading or general training. Part 3 is same. In part 3 we have a long passage. In academic reading there will be a long passage in part 1, one long passage in part 2. In general training reading there will be 2 short passages in part 1 and 2 short passages in part 2. But in part 3 there will be a long passage whether you are taking academic IELTS or general training IELTS. Now let's take a look. We've got the title of the passage. What's the title? Yeah, the title is Mass Appeal or Mass Appeal, whatever you read it. Mass Appeal of the Manta Rays. Now you don't understand Manta Rays. You understand Mass Appeal, but you don't understand Manta Rays. In this case, it's a good idea to read so that you find what is Manta Ray. Now, I am underwater face to face with a large flat fish which I recognized immediately as being a Manta Ray. What is Manta Ray? Fish. Large fish. Got it? So this is how you need to do. If you do not understand the title of the passage, don't just go on to the questions. First you need to see what is the title. It means they are going to talk about some mass appeal of the big fish, and that fish is Manta Rays. Okay, now after this, when we go to questions, you can see questions 28 to 30. Questions 28 to 30. The question type is the text on page 95 and 96 has 8 paragraphs. Which paragraph contains the following information? Very common question type in academic IELTS and in general training IELTS. This question type is based on scanning. First of all, you will read the question, and I advise you to do it in the end. Don't do it in the beginning, because for 3 questions you need 3 full rounds of the passage. Full passage, every corner, every paragraph, you need 3 full rounds. So if you do it in the end, then you are familiar with the passage, you know where things are, and then you can find them easily. But anyways, let's do it now. Question number 28. A record, underline record, that is being kept of Manta Rays in the area. Now we need to look for a paragraph where they talk about a record of Manta Rays. And listen carefully. Whenever they talk about record, they will use some calculations, some numbers, some values, record, measure, calculate, wording like that. Now go back to the passage and see where do they talk about such things. Records, photographing, cataloging, numbers, all that. Passage को देखें. Go from paragraphs A, B, C, D. No, that's not the record. You need to see the record. Where do they talk about record? Record. Okay, well done. Actually, it is paragraph D. Everyone, please come to paragraph D and I'll explain that to you. Paragraph D for doctor. Okay, now I'm reading it from second line. Please follow me from there. Based on at the nearby Four Seasons Resort, he has identified more than 2,000 individual Manta Ray, photographing, cataloging. When you photograph something, when you catalog something, you are actually making record, cataloging them according to their distinctive skin patterns. So he is photographing Manta Rays, he is cataloging them according to their skin patterns. So they talked about record in paragraph D for doctor. So the answer to question number 28 is D for doctor. Got it? But you should do it in the end. Read the questions first, answer them in the end. And as you are solving other questions, if you find any answer, then you can read that. Question number 29. Something that the writer regrets. Underline the word regrets. Now for regret, words like alas, it shouldn't have happened, I was sad to know, I was heartbroken, this and that. Look for anything like that and go back to paragraph A, B, C. Paragraph B, last line. Well done. What a good scanning. Yeah, I feel ashamed. When you feel ashamed, it means you regret. Huh? Yeah. So, yeah, I tell you, it's paragraph B for boy, everyone. Paragraph B for boy. And come to third last line. To my surprise, the whole fish twitches in alarm and shoot off, perhaps fearing that I will touch it. I feel ashamed to have given it a fright. Means, मैंने मछलियों को डरा दिया. I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed means he regrets. So, question number 29. Correct answer is B for boy. Exactly.
See, sir, E, if you come on E, in the last line you can see that he's saying you still don't have any regulation in force.
But that is not he's regretting. You need to see writer is regretting. For writer, whenever they use the word writer, they usually say I. Because when the article is written by a writer, he will use I for himself. So I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed means he regrets it. Okay. Next, question number 30. The reason for writer's visit. Reason for writer's visit. Reason. Yeah. Visit. For visit, they use the word I have come. A paragraph that starts with I have come to Henifaru, a small lagoon next to an uninhabited island. That is paragraph C. Okay, everyone please come to paragraph C. And for visit, the good word is come. I have come to Henifaru, a small lagoon, and then he is actually describing the reasons for his visit throughout the paragraph. So for question number 30, correct answer is C. Got it? So these questions are actually based on your scanning. And again, I advise you, if you don't find it, don't do it in the beginning. Try to solve other questions first, and then in the end you can come to them. But read the questions first. Keep the questions in mind. As you're looking for true, false, not given, and suddenly answer appears in front of you, you can immediately write that down. Over here they've given 3 questions. Sometimes they give 6 questions. Which paragraph contains following? Sometimes academic reading part 1 starts with which paragraph contains the following information. So you need to do it in the end, but read the questions first, underline important words there, right? Okay. Gigi.